If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.
I'm going to read this article to you guys this morning because I think that the worm is turning. And if the worm turns, it's going to be packing an Uzi. I hope. Because it needs to turn. This is just beyond crap at the moment. So, here we go. Let me make sure it's up there. Yes, it is up there. Star Trek. This is from, where the hell am I at? The Guardian, Stephen Kelly. Star Trek Picard is the dark reboot that boldly goes when nobody wanted it to. Trek used to be a vision of an optimistic future, but there's a world of difference between the Amazon reboot. Why do they call it the Amazon reboot? Because it's not on, I guess because it's on Amazon in the UK, but it's on CBS All Access here. And previous adventures of the Enterprise. It is the year 2364, and Jean-Luc Picard, the revered captain of the USS Enterprise, has just come face to face with three humans who have been frozen in time since the late 20th century. By this point in the story, the 1988 finale of the first season of Star Trek The Next Generation, he has met Klingons, Romulans, a pool of black goo, but nothing is as alien as these greedy, selfish 20th century relics. This is Star Trek, after all. The pop culture behemoth built on the idealistic future envisioned in the 1960s by its creator, the bird of the galaxy, Gene Roddenberry. A lot has changed in the past 300 years, Picard tells them. People are no longer obsessed with the accumulation of things. We've eliminated hunger, want, the need for possessions. We've grown out of our infancy. Or have we? Revisiting the character 30 years later in Star Trek Picard, Patrick Stewart's grand return to the role at the age of 79, it seems the world has not progressed as much as we were led to believe. Set during a time in which the Federation, a union of planets with shared democratic values and interests, has turned isolationist in its response to a terror attack. It has proved to be divisively dark, gritty, where have I heard that before, and morally bleak take on the Star Trek universe. That's because that's the way they wanted it. Episode 5 opens with a beloved character screaming as his eyes ripped out of his skull. In another scene, a Starfleet admiral tells Picard, the great heroic captain, a man whose voice is built like a beautiful cathedral, to shut the fuck up, JL. The reaction, understandably, has been mixed. Yeah, no shit. Some fans welcome Star Trek being brought up to date with the look and feel of contemporary television, making it dark and gritty, F-bombs and incest, oh my. Others maintain that such pessimism is at odds with what makes Star Trek Star Trek. The showrunner, Michael Shitbon, right? Shitbon, yes, that's how you say it, Shitbon, Shitty Bon Bon. Shitty bon bon, 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 shitty bon bon. Oh, you, Michael Shitty bon bon, yes you are. Responding to questions via his Instagram page, defended Picard against the latter claim by saying that shadows define light. Pull that out of my ass, thank you. That if nothing can rock the Federation's perfection, then it's just a magic land of hoo-has and wee-wees. It is a sentiment that has been echoed in the past by Alex Klutzman. Oh, excuse me, Klutzman. Oh, my. Runny nose. I hope I'm not coming down with something. The showrunner of the other ongoing series set in the same universe, Star Trek Discovery. Oh, all better known by the people that love it as STD. He justified its equally violent, profane, and dark sensibility by maintaining that modern Star Trek is simply a reflection of its time. Isn't that special? Isn't that what we all wanted? We live in an age defined by the post-truth possibilities of social media, The uncertain future of automation, rising inequality, increased right-wing populism. Isn't that special, folks? The specter of climate change. And of course, the fact that we are living through a pandemic, because they thought of all of that before it happened. They thought of living through a pandemic before it actually happened. You see, this was done filming. This was done filming more than 6 months ago, but they saw the future. With the potential to be the most significant and traumatic period of our history since the Second World War. Really? The Second World War. So you're comparing this to the Second World War. See, this is why you do not throw around terms like Yahtzee. Because when you're Yahtzee this, and you're Yahtzee that, and Yahtzee hit me with a wiffle ball bat, you forget that that was the most fucked up time of all time. And while there has been bad shit since, there has been nothing like that since. Not even close, not even this. Wow. Picard certainly reflects many of these concerns. I don't think so. But anyway, it is little wonder that some of the most popular science fiction TV of the last 20 years was from the technophobia Black Mirror to the post-9/11 anxieties of Battlestar Galactica. What a wonderful show. If only Picard could be more like Battlestar. Yes. Jesus Baltar, he was my hero. Is not exactly enthused about the future. Yet the idea that the grittiness of shows such as Picard makes it mature and relevant, while the ethos of yesterday's Star Trek is now naive. Can you believe it? Naive. Anyone that says the Star Trek of yesteryear is naive can kiss my fat white ass, or too old-fashioned to survive. Wow. The hope, optimism, and sincerity of the original 1960 series was in itself a radical act, a way of portraying the future as it should be. A multiracial cast in a time of civil rights struggle, peace and cooperation in a time of nuclear terror, rather than merely wallowing in things as they were. Truer words have never been spoken. Wallowing in things as they were, crying like little children because they didn't get their way. Kurtzman, Shitbahn, I will give you something from your own show, and I hope you take this as a nice piece of advice. Shut the fuck up. Don't tell Picard to shut the fuck up. You both shut the fuck up. In the 90s, the darker spin-off show Deep Space Nine preempted Picard's theme by 27 years, asking what happens when the principles of the Federation are compromised by war. And they did a wonderful job. I love Deep Space Nine. The difference was that Deep Space Nine, much like the best of Star Trek, thank you, Guardian, the best of Star Trek, managed to balance its media themes of PTSD, faith and wartime atrocities with episodes where everyone got dressed up to visit a holographic version of 1960s Las Vegas. And they had fun. And do you know what happened? Shitbahn and Kurtzman, when they had fun, we had fun. That's what happened. They had fun and we had fun. Do you know what you've got right now, gentlemen? Would you like me to tell you? Because I will. I will. Soji almost murdered the entire galaxy. She almost murdered the whole galaxy. You turned 7 of 9 into a psychopathic mass murderer. The captain of the ship Rios covered up multiple murders and crimes. He let his captain commit suicide because they covered up these crimes. You have an alcoholic drug addict telling her son, Mama better, Mama okay, Mama went to rehab, Mama's still vaping meth on your show. You've got a psychopathic killer version of Legolas running around your show. And then you've got just a murderer. You've got a murderer. Congratulations, there's your crew. People to look up to. People to be inspired by. Murderers, killers, liars, thieves. Thank you. Thank you so very much. It is this more than anything else that is fundamentally lacking from modern Star Trek. All modern Star Trek. Discovery, Picard. A sense of tonal texture, a spirit of curiosity about different worlds and cultures, and the crackling chemistry of a warm and interesting crew, because they're all killers, they're all liars, they're all appropriators, just like the creators of the show. They steal things from other shows. They pay an homage to other shows, but they do nothing themselves. Instead, as is the case with Picard, its new characters have felt like broadly drawn badasses at best, and at worst downright cold and unlikable. I do not like anyone on the new show. I don't. There's no one. I don't even like Picard, because he's not Jean-Luc Picard. He's Jean-Luc Picard. The prime example being Michelle Hurd's new addition, Rafi, the wisecracking ex-Starfleet officer who insists on calling Picard JL and can often be seen vaping a meth pen. The limited length for the series, which like so much streaming TV plays out almost as one 10-hour story, is also a factor. The benefit of 20-odd episode seasons in which a crew of characters is faced with a difficult problem every week lies not only in the soap opera style comfort of coming to think of a crew as family, but also in the potential to experiment with a variety of different stories and themes. The focus of Picard and Discovery tends to be so narrow because the creators are so narrow-minded, while pointing a finger at us and calling us so, that the universe ends up feeling smaller, less alive, and less interesting. And yet the appetite of modern audiences for that bygone era of Star Trek storytelling still exists. We are the majority, not the minority, folks. Just take the popularity of one of the strangest things on TV, The Orville. Yes. Originally trailed as Seth MacFarlane's Family Guy askew parody of Star Trek-style sci-fi, it has instead revealed itself as a Trojan horse for his at times entirely sincere Star Trek The Next Generation fanfiction, featuring MacFarlane cosplaying as the dashing captain of his own Enterprise. Its aesthetics are similar. Its stories are similar. It is clearly based around Roddenberry's ethos of exploration and optimism. There are even episodes written and directed by 90s Star Trek writers and directors. As we all cower, I'm not cowering, folks. I'm having a ball. In our homes for fear of a threat that we cannot see, a dose of optimism about the future would be more appropriate than ever. But sadly, all we are left with is a choice between Star Trek that doesn't really feel like Star Trek at all, or a cover band playing the greatest hits. What a fate for a once great franchise.
If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.